Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Wicked Lifeform Superiority Complex Cell second form. So just a heads up, obviously I didn't manage to cover this guy when he first came out, so I'm doing a little bit of coverage on him now. He's a very good unit, especially now with the STR Cell out, so we're going to be very interested to see how well he does in this video, but he's a pretty good unit. He's an Android Cell Saga lead of 130% and he greatly raises attack for one turn. He has defense of plus 80% with an additional attack and defense of 80%, 180% when performing a super attack. He also has a chance of performing a critical hit and reduces damage received by 18% when there is an Android Cell Saga category enemy. He also has a high chance of stunning all enemies when there's an enemy whose name includes Android, yeah, that's it. And he gives Android Cell Saga category extreme class allies key +3 and attack and defense of 40%. So he's pretty good. He's a nice unit for specifically the Android Cell Saga team, but specifically an extreme focused one, but also an Android's team because there's a lot of units that do cross over onto those two categories, and he'll just buff the brand new Cell, which is always a good bonus. He's a messenger from the future, big bad bosses, attack of clones, wall standing tall, nightmare, brutal beatdown, and fierce battle. Previously those were very difficult links to acquire, but since this video was originally filmed, he's actually obviously acquired the AGL Cell, who doesn't necessarily have like all of those links in a sense of like he doesn't have every single one of those links at every given time, but he does have big bad bosses, he does have attack of the clones, and he does have fierce battle. And messenger from the future, so he does share a lot of those links with Cell, which is great. In terms of category, androids, transformation boost, time travelers, artificial life forms, Android Cell Saga, target Goku, power absorption, sworn enemies, accelerated battle, and worldwide chaos. Overall he's actually on a lot of good categories. He's actually just on a lot of good categories like in total, and the interesting thing about him is because of such a big augmentation, when he fires a super attack, his defense is like 516% when he fires a super attack, which is pretty nuts, like if you really think about it. So we're gonna try him out here on this team. Like I said, at this time there was no AGL transforming Cell, so that would technically be the best optimal unit to run him with. Not that they share the most links all the time, but just that that'll be a really powerful pairing when you consider all the things Cell has at his disposal that you can link up with this second form Cell. But he's a pretty good unit. We'll see some pretty good attack stats out of him. We're going to see just some good performance across the board. He's going to be good on any category. You can link him with a Cell unit. Obviously, as a Cell unit, all Cells link okay with Cells. It's actually a really wonky with Cell, like first form Cell. Generally, doesn't link that well with any Cells, but I mean, like, most importantly, you have decent options to link up Cell with other Cells. The most important thing is he doesn't really link too great with anyone else. There's a couple link partners there that we'll take a look at the end of the video, but ideally if you want to see the best out of this guy, you need to link him up with some Cell units. Otherwise, alternatively, just float this guy. I find that's generally the best consideration when I can't always have a good perfect linking partner. Just float him. Just literally float him and you'll be fine. You can see here we're sharing only 2 links at this stage, so really not like the great best situation. We have 62,000 defense, which is pretty good, and a nice starting point, but again, generally speaking, that's going to go up quite a bit. Like, that's going to shoot up a lot, so just remember that number is going to multiply quite extensively. Like, we're talking like a lot. Like, I think if I'm not mistaken, it will go above 200k or around close to the 200k mark. Like that is how strong it will be. 1.6 million, an okay attack stat. Obviously we don't have all the major links active. We also don't have some pretty pivotal links leveled up. He does benefit from link leveling. He's got some crucial links in that regard, one of them being the most notable link being big bad bosses. But yeah, generally speaking, a pretty decent showing from him. Nothing spectacular. This is a 55% unit, so nothing spectacular. It's not like you're going to see him rock the boat or anything. But a very important thing about him is that he can be the perfect foil for your Android Cell Saga based Androids team. He can just kind of float, he can float around, providing support. That's the good thing about him. You don't really want him, like how we're using him here is not really how I would utilize him. I would honestly just utilize him as a floater, let him do his business. He'll always have good defense, he'll support your rotations when he comes out, and in certain events he's going to be an absolute menace. But beyond that, he's just really, really good. So I like what he brings to the table a lot, and I think he's really great. In terms of raw numbers, like we'll see a little bit better here. He does link up a little bit better in this situation. We can see still only really 62k. He's got 3 links here. We are getting a little bit more support on this rotation. Well, not really actually. Like Cell's just gonna do some good numbers. Cell's just, on paper he may not look appealing because you can't see the numbers like straight away. You can't see that he's doing, you know, all that extra defense, for example. You can't see that because that occurs after he supers. But a nice super attack stat from him, very, very strong, very solid. Close to 2 million, which is good. This is only a 55% unit. You can level him quite a lot to get a big dramatic increase from him. He's like Cell units, they do generally benefit a lot from that. And as you could see, they took 38k on a type disadvantage attack after supering, which honestly isn't bad considering this Trunks hits pretty decently hard even for a Dokkan event. It's a pretty good showing. So not the most like awe-inspiring performance by Cell, but for 55% he's a really good foil unit that's going to really make a lot of your other teams shine much brighter. Like if you have the AGL Cell, this guy is going to make that Cell look super duper tops. He's going to make him look like the best unit in the game pretty much. So in terms of links for this guy, obviously it's very difficult because he does mainly link with other Cell units, but generally speaking your best approach is to go for something like Big Bad Bosses and Fierce Battle. I think, yeah, it's pretty much straightforward. He really is only kind of designed to link with other Cell units, but there are some decent options overall that I think you can definitely use. So obviously something that's very noticeable with him is his lack of key links. He's only got Attack of the Clones as his major key link. There's nothing else really there, and that is something that's quite noticeable. So he does give key to your Android Cell Saga category allies, but yeah, he doesn't have a lot of notable key links. However, Big Bad Bosses, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, these are fairly common-ish links for, you know, kind of extreme teams, at least relatively. And when you combine them with Fierce Battle, you should be able to get 2 or 3 links at least with other units. But I mean, as you saw in the video, he doesn't even, like, perfect form Cell units don't even link perfectly with them. They share, like, you know, 2 kind of links with them. Of course, you can link him up with something like the Int third form Frieza is also a decent option. But yeah, for the most part, you're going to be struggling. Obviously, like I said, the AGL Cell is pretty much his best linking partner because of the second form, but also because of Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones being the most common key link for him, it's a major thing. So you need Attack of the Clones to realistically kind of get this guy off the ground from a key standpoint. If you're not going to focus on that, then Big Bad Bosses, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, those are going to be the #1 priorities for you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know your guys' thoughts and if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, see you guys next time. Bye.